Hello and welcome to my first sketchbook tour. This is my sketchbook from the end of August 2017 to January 2018. So it's just about 5 months worth of sketching. The way I like to use my sketchbooks is kind of like a everything kind of thing. So I'll write down memories, I'll write down things I need to do, I'll write down lists, which is the things you need to do. Anyway, my sketchbooks are messy and all over the place, and I use mostly pens or pencils, and the way I like to work from them is from front cover to back cover. I don't usually jump around at all. I'll go from one page to the next, and that's just the way I like to work in mine. I guess that's the only really rule I follow, is that I fill it up before I move to my next one. Usually it's like this size, which this is a Moleskine, and I think it's the 8.5 by 5.5, but this is generally what I use. I have quite a few of them now because I think I finally found like the sketchbook that I like to use. Anyway, so this one happens to be the time where I was transitioning in a relationship to the current relationship I am in now. So in here, I break up with my ex-boyfriend and start dating my now husband. And so here I have a sticker I stole from my brother, and it says feelings, and it's in a jar, and it felt very apt just because at the time I was, you know, on the fence about should I break up with my boyfriend, should I not? And when I found the sticker, because I'll usually apply the stickers during the course of the sketchbook. It's not like a, okay, here's the stickers. Anyway, but this definitely was me when I was like, put all these feelings in a jar and we're just gonna try not to feel them. But of course, that did not happen. And I love saving my fortune cookie, the fortune out of the fortune cookie. Though recently they've been kind of poo-poo. But anyway, this one's from years ago. And it says, you will take a chance in the near future. And I was like, hell yeah, I am. Anyway, so let's get started. And I always love the first page where, just because, I mean, I've never lost a sketchbook, knock on wood. In case of loss, please return to the crazy girl this belongs to. As a reward, I'll buy you a cup of coffee. Because when I started this, it was the end of August. And I think I had been living, so we all moved into the house, me and my boyfriend and some roommates. And that was just kind of like when, like the catalyst for the breakup essentially. So this was a few months into living there, and I was already having a lot of feelings and a lot of other feelings, and good and bad ones. And so the crazy girl this belongs to just felt very what I was feeling. So the first page is actually a sketch for a birthday present I made for my friend, and on the next page is like a more refined sketch. Oops, slide that over. And yeah, I actually really enjoyed working on it because it was a lot of fun, and I tried to like put as many details as I could. And here I like try to draw a revolver because I was like, okay, does she get a sword or a gun? And then here, just a cute little witch, because why not? And I tend to, because I've seen a few videos, and people are like, blank space, I have to fill it up. And for me, I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to come back and fill it up. And I just talking about it, because that's just the way I feel. And it's not like every page is empty, but there's definitely pages where I try and, like, those are the days when I try and draw and I'm like, this isn't working. As well as, like, for me, the sketchbook, like I said, I go front to back, and I also date every day that I do it, just so that I can have like an accurate, like, oh, this day happened, you know, this is what's going on. So here I love drawing pretty people, like pretty ladies. I just love drawing women. Guys just seem too like blocky, like they're just too square for me. And I'm sure I don't have to draw them as squares, but when I draw, it's just what comes out, and that's probably just from lack of practice at this point. But I just have more fun, and it comes more easy for me to draw women, which I am a woman, so I guess that's why. But yeah, here's me writing down business ideas because I just started at the beginning of the year. I just graduated university and had just really started my Etsy in terms of like because I had Etsy before, but like I made a whole new account and I was like, okay, this is gonna be the part-time princess because I'm a part-time princess. Like I said, it's just days where sketches do not come out great. And then, so we're in September, and here is the first sighting of Caroline's crush on Jamie. I'm still with my boyfriend at this point, just because I was like on the fence, and that's a long story. But yeah, so this is me creeping on Jamie and drawing him, and then just, you know, sketching around it. It's like the pages. Anyway, just more sketching. I mean, it's a sketchbook, so it's gonna be full of my sketches, and yeah. Here's another Jamie sketch. I had it bad. Whenever I have a crush, I draw my crush, so. And then this says, need to make money or will die at Harris Teeter, and it's essentially more plans like for my business. And then down here, yesterday Jamie and I were talking about the eclipse, or was it just this morning? But he was saying how 98% totality is cool and all, but not as great as complete totality would have been, and was for some people. Because I was saying it was pretty neat, but then when he said that, it made me think, is 98% enough? And we were just talking about it because there was a solar eclipse across the United States, and I think it was 100% totality, like more on the West Coast, and we had 98%. Yeah, I was like, wow, it was cool. Like the shadow, like I've never experienced that before. Like there's shadows on the ground, and like you could see the sun kind of covered, and then it went away. And so this conversation for me, kind of like it could have been with anyone. And for me, in my brain, I was like, my ex-boyfriend, which was my boyfriend at the time, I was like, he's 98% what I want, but there is a percentage of like, he just doesn't get me, or I can't be open with him, you know, just all these things. And it like hit me. I'm like, it's not 100%. Like, why do I want to settle if it's not 100%? Because I had never been certain. Like, we've been together for years, and I was never 100% like certain. And by that point, a lot of stuff was going down to where I was like, okay, now I'm really, you know, it wasn't even 98% anymore. Mermaids. It wasn't even 98% anymore. And yeah, it was just kind of like, it hit me. It's like, why am I settling for this when I'm you know, there's 100% out there somewhere. Anyway, so sometimes I like to try and draw a crest every now and then for my business. I'll be like, you know what, it needs it. And then I never finish it, and then I move on. Because it's like the part-time princess, so you know, like a regal royalty, I don't know. Yeah, we're in the middle of September. Just sketching things. But you know, when you're like, oh, this looks nice, and then you're like, I don't know what to do with this. I have so many stamps. Yeah, just sketching things out. A lot of this time I would just sit around and I'm just drawing because I would work and I was no longer in school, you know, so I just graduated. So usually in September I'd be in school, and it wasn't the case. Just working a lot and sketching. I'm trying to work on my Etsy, but I just started it, you know, seriously. So it was just learning, still learning. Anyway, this is me drawing my mom and my brother as they're talking, because he had broken up with his girlfriend, and then the ex-girlfriend now, her mom called my mom, or maybe she messaged Maliki directly. Anyway, drama. Just to let you know the timeline, it's September 27th, and I've broken up with my boyfriend. It's probably been over a week. But I was still living in the house because I was broke AF and was still figuring it out, and that probably took a month before I was like had enough money to get my own apartment. But yeah, here's me just sketching feelings of shoot, I still got a crush and now I'm single. Anyway. Oh, and so here it's September 30th. Should have started sooner. And here as well, I tried writing out my Inktober, but as you can see, I only got 2 thumbnails down because I was trying to do a line from the story because I've seen other people do it, you know, so a line per day, and I was gonna plan it all 2 days, 1 day before Inktober started, 1 day before Inktober started. So I just jumped right in, and now I know better. If I actually want to do Inktober, I have to plan, which, not that I do that, but if I want to actually be successful, I should plan. And that Inktober, I was trying to tell a story of my breakup, essentially, just because I had very strong feelings about it, and I wanted to work through it, and at this point I was still living in the house, so it was definitely an unhealthy environment to be in, just because of my ex and his personality. You just find some things out, you know? I mean, I was already, you know, just but I ended up stopping because, like, my family knew I'd broken up with him, and even though he's not on social media, they're like, what if he sees this? This will hurt him. And it wasn't like I wasn't bashing him, it was just like, this is the way things happened, but everyone's a fantasy character. And so I dropped it, but I still wanted to do Inktober, so it wasn't as serious as some people get, but I was like, I'll just draw with pen, or try to every day. And so that's what these are. It's just like my default, right? Witches and people being cute, so. And then this day I had the worst anxiety attack I've ever had. And I remember sitting in my on my mattress that was on the floor, because like I said, I didn't move out right away, and but I remember sitting and drawing this because I happened to be the day for Mental Health Awareness Day, so I kept saying it's okay to not be okay everywhere, and I was like, this is, if on any day I'm gonna have the worst panic attack ever, a day when people are posting about it and sharing their stories, was kind of like the best day, even though it was terrible, terrible day. Yeah, so now it's still October, middle of October, still attempting Inktober. Ideas, trying to make them come to life. Just using ink because I knew I wanted Inktober. Whether or not I can't remember if I posted any of this. And sometimes I just sit down and I just keep sketching. I try not to erase anything in my sketchbook. If I don't like something, I'll just leave it and I'll keep moving. Like, that's why I have these pages. And that's why it's really good to work in ink sometimes, because like, she's scary, she's kind of scary, you know. But it's nice to see, you know, the mistakes and keep it working, and some people cover it, some people don't. I guess I don't have post-it notes close enough to me to do that, and like I said, I don't like going back, so like, I just try to keep moving forward. Sketching Jamie. Tried to make a Christmas card because I had started my Etsy. So hard. It's November 1st. Why do I always wait? Maybe this year I'll be on top of it. And I'll have a holiday card ready to go. It's cute little snow globe. But yeah, if I really don't like it, I'll just like black it out. But that's usually to save people from it just gets creepy. Trying to do things didn't turn into anything. fog this morning, now perfect fall day at noon. First night in new place last night. And I just felt very alone. And I just remember crying. I just remember standing there, cooking and crying by myself. And then Allie coming in with her mom and being like, I'm moving into this room. And I was like, cool. And trying not to look like I was crying, but I don't know how. I don't know if that worked. I remember trying to come up with little ideas, which I ended up making these into pins once. And now I have them as different pins. Like I'll find something and I'll keep trying to work on it until I actually get where I want it to be. Now we're in November. Yeah, we're already in November. But like I said, like November 22nd, November 25th, what the heck is happening? November 27th. Struggle. Now it's December. Fall point. Cup of positivity. I think I saw someone write that somewhere and I liked it. Got some princesses. See, now I'm like, ballpoint pen. Nice. And I'll just cycle through. And birthday. And think here I was trying to make like a finished piece because I had done so much sketching that I hadn't actually made a piece, like a project. But then I got distracted and I was like, what if the dragon was a cat-sized dragon, or a big fat cat-sized dragon? Anyway. And then here, Jamie and I were definitely together. It's December 18th. And I was trying to draw his Christmas present. And I wanted it to be like us, but like magical. And I ended up not using this because it just wasn't working. This is another Christmas present for my friend Amber that I ended up finishing, but I don't even know if I have a picture of it. And usually when I get to like the back end of my sketchbook, I start to get like antsy and I just want to finish it and start a new one. More business plans, ideas essentially. Little mustached mermaid. It's December 23rd. Some dragon. More badly drawn dragons. And then this turned into the idea I wanted for Jamie's Christmas present. The first one, their faces came out a little funny, and I just got better at drawing. So, see if I can share that. But some sketching. It's in January now. January. And that's the end of the sketchbook. My audio cut out at the end, so this is Editing Caroline saying thank you for watching and being here. I hope you enjoyed seeing the inner workings of my sketchbook, which is a complete mess and a work in progress always. But thank you. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, see my other video where you get to see my face. I don't know, but I hope you have a great day, and thank you.